If you've recently had a client leave, or you've noticed a few people unsubscribe from your list this morning, and you felt that pang of, oh no, what did I do wrong? Today's video is for you. What if rejection isn't actually a failure, but a recalibration of your own energy field of your business? Today, we're going to talk about how to stop fearing that no and how rejection actually serves your soul mission in your business. Today, we're going to reframe rejection so that instead of feeling that dread or that disappointment and feeling down about it, you can actually have reason to celebrate. Wouldn't that be great? So many entrepreneurs equate having bigger numbers with more impact, having a bigger audience with a sign that your business is growing, and retention with success. And yes, there is truth to that. But we also have to realize that numbers have nothing to do with alignment or quality or the depth of our work or the impact that we're really having. Because the reality is, your business isn't meant to serve everyone. You're uniquely capable of working with a very specific type of person. And there are more than enough of those people in the world for you to serve. You and your business carry a very specific frequency. And the things that you share, the way that you do your work, the type of voice that you have, the type of skills that you have, and all of the types of tools that you use, and generally the whole experience that you create all carry a very specific frequency that attracts the aligned clients to you. And that's actually what people are coming to you for. They may think that they're coming to you because they're going to learn some information or they're going to learn a skill, but really what they're coming for is to be transformed by your frequency. And that's a very specific, unique frequency that only you and your business hold. Isn't that amazing? That's why people come to you, to be transformed by you in that way that only you can. So your job is to put yourself out there in the world and share that frequency, to become visible and resonant to your ideal clients. Because the more authentically you express yourself and you share that unique vibration that you have, the more you're going to draw in, and the right people are going to notice you. And also, the more you're going to repel those that aren't the right fit. And that's the thing about being authentic, is that the most authentic version of you is polarizing. It has a unique set of values, a unique way of doing things, a unique way of speaking, a unique way of creating transformation that is going to repel certain people. And that is exactly on point, because you're not here to be everything for everyone, and nor can you be. So your authenticity and full self-expression actually makes it easier for the right people to recognize you and see you and to be like, oh my gosh, I really like that person. They recognize you out of a crowd. They feel you in a way that they don't feel other people. So it's so important for us to show up and really own and claim those unique characteristics that set us apart from everyone else. And that also means that part of the territory is unsubscribes and unfollows, and that not everybody's going to like what you do. And the more your work deepens and the more you become aligned as you go along in the path of business, because your offers, you're going to evolve, your offers are going to evolve, the way that you do business is also going to evolve as you grow as a person. And some clients who used to be drawn to you might end up stepping back at some point. That maybe they were drawn to the old version of you, this old chapter that you were in, but they don't resonate with the next chapter. They're not ready to receive this deepening of the work that you're doing. And that's totally okay. Everyone's on their own journey and taking their own pace with things. So when people leave, it's so important to remember that they're not rejecting you. They're just self-selecting out of your energy field because they're not a match to your frequency. It's kind of like you're decluttering your room, right? If you want to bring in this nice, new, beautiful furniture when your room is already packed full of old junk that doesn't fit your style anymore, there's no room for that beautiful new stuff to come in, and you end up just packing up your space with a lot of noise, a lot of clutter. And so in that way, what we can try to do when we want to be everything for everyone is we end up diluting our message and our brand. And we do that because we really want to make people feel comfortable. And that in doing that, it's actually a disservice and it's detrimental and potentially even destructive to our business for several reasons. The first one is it keeps you in an image or a performance of what you think people want to see from you, right? Like you have this certain persona that you want people to see. And more often than not, rather than being an authentic image, that image is something that we came up with as a derivation of something that we've seen. Like we've watched other people that we like and we're mimicking what they do, or we've kind of put together an image based on what we think people want to see from us. And then what happens is it actually prevents us from going deeper into our own work and serving people at a deeper level because we're staying on the surface of this image. And another thing that happens is that it actually is a type of falseness that can ultimately violate trust with our audience because we are not really being authentic in who we are. We're not really showing up as ourselves. And it's making it that much more confusing for the people in our audience who do really resonate with who we really are to be able to see us and recognize us, right? So we're sending mixed messages and we're making it more confusing. We're more likely to get lost in the sea of other people that do similar work to us as well by putting on an image and a performance. And the second reason why this is so detrimental is because we end up attracting misaligned people, and that can ultimately create a lot of drama and problems, which are going to drain your energy, waste your time and create a lot of emotional drama in your life that you don't need, right? Nobody needs that. So, and some of the ways that can happen is because when they're not totally in alignment with you, they don't totally value all of what you have to offer, right? Like your ideal clients are going to recognize you as a person, and they get your experience, they get their skills, and they just love everything about it, and they can't wait to drink it all up, right? But people that are not totally aligned with you are attracted to something about you, but they don't appreciate the total package deal. So they don't value you in the same way, and that can ultimately lead to unmet expectations and an inability to receive the fullness of the depth of all of the value that you have to offer them. And that can be really discouraging because when you're giving so much good stuff and it's really rich and it's really juicy and valuable, but the person on the receiving end doesn't appreciate it in the same way, it can cause you to doubt yourself, right? Like you can start to question the value that you have, and that is a really self-destructive path that you can go down. And then the other thing that can happen is that there can be a lack of cooperation, right? When somebody likes a piece of you but not all of you, that can lead to a tendency to be uncooperative, unwilling to do the work that and the inability to take people through the process that you need to take people through. And that can create more conflict and misunderstanding, and ultimately leading to people quitting on themselves or giving up or leaving. And ultimately, it just takes a huge emotional toll on everyone involved. And that you have to be very fastidious about how you take care of your energy when you're a business owner, right? Because in order to be able to show up and do all the things that you need to do every day, you need to stay in a positive state of mind. You need to stay energized. And these kinds of things can really drag you down and set you back in your ability to keep moving forward in the way that is really going to allow you to create the maximum impact, right? And to stay in that place of love and service in your heart. So ultimately, by being authentic and attracting the right people and being okay with this filtering process that's going to happen, you're actually freeing up more of your energy for your soul mission to be able to show up in the best way possible. And the deeper issue that I wanted to touch on around this is that we have to take responsibility for the fact that sometimes we can use numbers as a way of feeling validation and approval, right? So sometimes we want to overcome this, the tendency of our ego to perceive scarcity and lack, right? We all have a tendency to be afraid of scarcity and lack. And so we try to overcome that by proving ourselves through our numbers and getting that validation and approval. And abundance really means the ability to let go of what needs to be let go of and allowing in what wants to come in. If you think of it as like an ocean wave, right? Like letting in what wants to come in, letting go whatever needs to go. And so instead of seeing a bunch of unsubscribes as a personal flaw or a failure of some kind, like we did something wrong or we must have made a mistake, and instead seeing it as a purification and a refinement of our audience. And that those people that are leaving were never people who are interested anyways, right? Like who wants people on their list or people in their audience that aren't actually interested in hearing what you have to say, or they don't value what you're doing, right? It doesn't make any sense. And just having so much appreciation for the people who are staying and who want to be there and who want to hear what you have to say, right? You can feel so much gratitude and appreciation for them. So we have to focus on quality over quantity. And I can say in my own personal experience that you don't need a big list or a big social media following to create a six-figure business. In fact, you don't even need a lot of engagement on your posts either, because how much engagement you get on your post has nothing to do with how much money you're making. Don't be fooled by all the comments and likes. Don't assume that just because you're seeing a lot of that on other people's posts that's actually translating into money, because they are two very, very different metrics, okay? And just to give you an example of quality over quantity in my experience was, there was a time once when I was participating in a giveaway, and I was giving away a free ticket to an upcoming workshop, and I had about 30 people register, which is pretty good, but then only one person showed up. Can you imagine? And I delivered that workshop for that one person. I just showed up fully because I was committed. It's quality over quantity. And you know what? That one person became a long-standing client. So there you go, right? So the next time you notice an unsubscribe, or you don't get the numbers you were hoping for, or some client walks away, I invite you to say this mantra to yourself. Let everything that needs to go. Thank you for clearing this space for something new and better to come in, and then bless them on their way. So when you're sharing your offers, or you're putting something out in the world, you can also say something like, I trust that this is going to reach the right people who really need and are ready to receive this, right? I trust that what I'm sharing today is going to reach the right people, and everyone who is ready to receive it will show up or be able to receive what I'm offering. And this is what is meant by those phrases of rejection is God's protection, or rejection is refinement and redirection. So I hope this helps to shift your perspective and help you to feel really good about the types of endings and rejections that we can experience in business, because you can't avoid it. It's going to happen. And the more mature you become in your business, and the more evolved you become, the more discerning you're going to need to be, and the more specific you're going to be about the types of people you're going to work with. And you're going to kind of see this in a new level as you go along, and feel more and more clear about the significance of being able to let people go. So I want to hear from you now. What is an example of a no that you've received in your business that actually turned out to be a blessing in disguise? I'd love to hear in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, if you found it valuable, please do give it a like, and please subscribe to the channel, because if you're ready to attract more soul-aligned clients, I have lots more videos in store for you, and I'd love to see you in the next video. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon.